Welcome back to another episode of Almanac, where we delve deep into the minds of some of the most iconic figures in history. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a living legend, a master of horror, suspense, and the psychological mind bender, Stephen King. Fasten your seatbelts. This is a journey through fear, inspiration, and the extraordinary power of storytelling that you won't want to miss. Stephen King was born on September 21, 1947, in Portland, Maine. His early life wasn't a walk in the park. His father, Donald King, abandoned the family when Stephen was just 2 years old. Left to be raised by his single mother, Nellie Ruth, King's upbringing was fraught with financial difficulties and emotional hardships. This life of struggle and uncertainty often serves as a backdrop for his stories, a terrain rich in fears both real and imagined. One of King's most famous quotes, "Books are a uniquely portable magic," is worth contemplating. This quote isn't just about books as a medium. It encapsulates King's whole philosophy on storytelling. To him, the written word has the power to teleport its reader into new worlds, offering perspectives that are both enlightening and terrifying. It's this belief in the power of stories that has fueled King's incredible career. As many of you might know, King's first published novel, Carrie, was almost never born. After facing rejection from 30 publishers, King had thrown the manuscript into the trash. But his wife, Tabitha, fished it out, urging him to try again. The book was published in 1974, and its success was a turning point in King's life. He went from being a high school English teacher earning a meager salary to an author whose debut novel would soon become a blockbuster film. Carrie didn't just alter King's life, it shook the entire literary world, signaling the arrival of a new master in the horror genre. If you're enjoying this voyage into the world of Stephen King so far, why not hit that subscribe button? With Almanac, you'll discover the essence of iconic personalities, one incredible story at a time. So go ahead and subscribe to ensure you don't miss our future episodes. Let's explore another insightful quote from King. "The scariest moment is always just before you start." This quote holds a mirror to human procrastination and the anxiety that often accompanies new beginnings. In the context of King's life, it resonates on an even deeper level, given the number of risks he took in his career. The act of starting is a monumental step, not just in writing but in every venture we undertake. King's words serve as a universal reminder that the hardest part is often taking that first step. Now, if you think Stephen King is only about horror, you're in for a surprise. Over his expansive career, King has dabbled in various genres. Works like The Stand and The Dark Tower series are grand-scale epics that go beyond mere horror, incorporating elements of fantasy, drama, and adventure. He even wrote a memoir on the craft of writing called On Writing, which has been hailed as one of the best books on writing ever penned. And let's not forget his impact on popular culture. King's works have been adapted into a variety of formats: movies, TV shows, miniseries, and even stage plays. Iconic films like The Shawshank Redemption and Stand By Me are based on his stories and have received critical acclaim. His influence is such that he's often consulted during these adaptations, and sometimes, he even makes cameo appearances, much to the delight of his fans. It would be remiss not to mention King's political and social activism. He's vocal about his political beliefs, contributes to charitable foundations, and stands as a vanguard for literacy and the importance of public libraries. His social media platforms are often buzzing with his thoughts on current events, giving a voice to concerns that echo the sentiments of many. As we inch towards the conclusion of this episode, let's consider one more inspiring quote from King. "You can, you should, and if you're brave enough to start, you will." This quote is like a mantra for anyone standing on the precipice of their dreams. It encapsulates King's own journey, from a person who faced rejection and hardships to someone whose name is synonymous with an entire genre of literature. So, there we have it. The compelling narrative of Stephen King, a man whose tales have scared us, inspired us, and made us ponder the complexities of human nature. His legacy isn't confined to the countless editions of his books or the frames of the films adapted from them. It's a legacy that resides in the imagination of every individual who has dared to open one of his books or watch one of his stories come to life on screen. As we wrap up this fascinating deep dive, if you found this episode insightful, do give it a thumbs up. And for more compelling stories and in-depth explorations into the lives of iconic figures, subscribe to Almanac. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, the most extraordinary stories are often hidden in the ordinary. Stay inspired.